What are you saying, people? Viktor Gyökeres, here we go. This video is going to tell you exactly why Gyokeres to Arsenal is going to prove a lot of haters wrong. You might be wondering, what haters? Welcome back to my channel, guys, by the way. You may be wondering what haters. I spoke about this on my TikTok last week, and I'm going to address it because Viktor Gyökeres v Šeško, this debate has been going on. This debate started what? We're talking in June, early June, right? Obviously, we've decided we're going Gyokeres. But funnily enough, I've been seeing some very, very weird critiques. I've watched some content. I've looked at some people's comments. I've even seen tactical breakdowns. You know, I've seen tactical breakdowns of not transfer gurus, but I've seen tactical breakdowns of people who, you know, like they know a lot about football and whatnot. They put out their videos about Gyokeres, right? And I've just come here to just shut this stuff down. I've come here to shut this down. What are some of the critiques I've seen about Gyokeres? Oh, Gyokeres doesn't fit the style of our team. You know, he suits a team like Sporting. You know, they're a team that do well in transition situations, but a team like Arsenal, when you're playing in a low block, you know, and it's in a crowded box, oh, he's not going to get lots of space to run into. Oh, Gyokeres, he lacks some basic fundamentals for a forward. You know, he's not that great back to goal. He's not got pace. He's not terrible in the air. You know, look at his stats. He doesn't score that many headers. These are some of the reasons why people were genuinely trying to justify Benjamin Šeško over Gyokeres, right? He's terrible in the air. I even saw one. Here's this one. Oh, if you look at Gyokeres's, if you look at how many touches he takes to get his shots off, this can only work for a team not like Arsenal, where once you get the ball, a couple people will close you down. And all of these things. Now, some of these points, they actually make sense, right? They make sense. But, and this is a huge but, he's a goal scorer. Gyokeres is a goal scorer. He's a guy who scored goals in the Championship. Then he was bought for 20 million euros plus 4 million add-ons. That's just under 20 million pounds. He was bought by Sporting in 2023. What did he go there and do? He scored goals. Scored goals in 23 to 24 season. Scored a ton of goals in the Portuguese league. Scored goals in the Europa League. Next season, scores more goals. And then in his debut season in Champions League, in 8 appearances, scores 6 goals. 3 of them coming against City. And people will say, oh yeah, Two goals, that hat-trick were pens. One of them wasn't. One of his goals against Leipzig wasn't a pen. One of his goals against, Sturm Graz wasn't a pen, fair. One of his goals against Lille wasn't a pen. Out of 6 goals, 2 of them were pens, 4 were non-pens. The guy is a goal scorer. And this is the thing that I can't wrap my head around. Like, you literally, fair enough, like the Šeško Gyokeres debate is dead, right? It's dead. Obviously, we ended our interest in Šeško, we're going for Gyokeres. But for me, I just can't I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't even think it's an Arsenal thing. I think football, I think the game, like, we are massively, massively overcomplicating the game of football. We're massively, especially I've seen some fans, we're massively, massively overcomplicating the game of football. You've got one guy in the Bundesliga, fair enough, RB system, strong, athletic, fast, you name it, blah, 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 blah. All talk about him in Euros, didn't really bang for Slovenia. Had an okay season with Leipzig. Okay season. Didn't score that many goals. Right? He had some nice finishes against Bayern. That's the clip that people show me a lot about Šeško. There's nothing about this guy that tells you he's going to be 100% clinical. And you actually had some fans justifying why we should spend 90 million euros. 90 million, we should spend 90 million euros on a 21-year-old, relatively unproven. But then you've got another guy, and this 21-year-old was quibbling, was afraid that Havertz is going to take his chain and was trying to get more money, supposedly. But then you've got a 27-year-old, you've got a guy coming into his peak, a guy who's unafraid, a guy who's a sort of journeyman, footballing-wise, unafraid to, yeah, fair enough, he didn't really make it at Brighton playing in the Premier League. But then my man was willing to drop into the Championship, scored goals for Coventry, then earned himself a move to Sporting, scored more goals for Sporting, and has scored goals in each of these past 2 seasons in European competitions. This guy's hungry. He's been pushing. It's not like other teams haven't wanted him. Other teams have wanted him, but my man has taken a pay cut. He's hungry. He wants to play for the shirt, and people are genuinely trying to convince me that this is not going to be a good signing. I think the game has gone mad. I'm going to attack every single one of these critiques right now. Doesn't fit the style of our team. Did Giroud match the style of our team? Did he match the style of our team? No, he didn't. Did he get goals? Yes, he did. Should he have scored more? Did he get chances? Yes, he did. But did he score as many as he should have? No, he did not. I can go on. Did Havertz fit the style of our team? Did he fit the style of our team as an 8? Did he fit the style of our team as the guy playing behind the striker, playing passes through the lines, which he doesn't do? No. Did we even sign him as a striker? No. Did he play up top? Yes. Did he get chances? Yes. Did he score goals? Yes. Did he miss a lot of chances? Yes, he did. So, and then last one. Does Marino fit the style of our team as a striker? No, he does not. Did he play up front for us? Yes, he did. Did he score goals? Yes, he did. So, let me ask, so going by that logic, if I bring in a striker who may or may not fit the style of our team, whatever that means, and I put him where Havertz, Jesus, and Marino have been, and I give him, and a much more clinical striker than all of those guys put together, by the way, and I give him the chances that these guys regularly miss, is he going to get me goals? Yes, he is. Case done. Case done. He's gonna prove people wrong at Arsenal. He's gonna bag goals. I have no doubt Gyökeres is gonna bag goals. I'm just on here just to express my happiness at us getting him, and to express just what's a word? It's incredulous. That's the word. It's purely incredulous to see some of the weird takes on a goal scorer in a team where we need goal scorers. Strange. Now, on Gyökeres himself, great signing. Great signing for that fee as well. 63.5 million euros. What's that? 55 million fixed fee. Plus an additional, what? 8 million pounds? 7 to 8 million pounds in add-ons. Bruv, that's a good deal. That's a good deal for a 27-year-old coming to his peak. Strong, clinical. I don't care. Let him take many shots off. Let him take too many. Let him act too slowly to take. Bro, what's to say that? Number one, what's to say that this is his max level? He's coming. Arsenal is going to be his biggest move to date. It's going to be a team where he's surrounded with the most quality. What's to say that his level won't increase? This is the same nonsense people were saying about Haaland. Oh, how will Man City adapt? How will this? How is that? Bruv, it's not about, oh yeah, yes, of course, he's gonna need to adjust his style, of course, but he's gonna get goals. I don't want you to take that away from him. He's going to get goals. Same with Haaland. This is the same nonsense. Now, I'm not saying Gyökeres is on Haaland's level. Haaland is the best goal scorer in world football currently today. However, this is some of the nonsense that people were saying about Haaland Even last season, oh yeah, he got silenced. Oh, defenders have figured him out. Oh, okay. They figured him out all right. That's why he's still bagged over 30 goals. And you know who could have done with those 30 goals? Especially against lower teams? Arsenal. Arsenal could have. I will still take that. I will still take that. Guys, can I remind you that Arsenal Football Club in a Champions League final were playing with Mikel Merino up top? Can I remind you of that? Can I remind you that Arsenal FC nearly won the league 2 seasons ago with Kai Havertz playing up top for half the season? Can I remind you of that? And you guys want to tell me that Gyokeres isn't going to bang? No, this guy's going to bang at Arsenal. He's going to bang. He's going to bang at Arsenal, man. And just a couple more. Like, people say, oh yeah, Portuguese league tax. Yeah, Portuguese league tax. That's fair enough, right? But Portuguese league, fair enough, not Darwin Nunez, but Portuguese league also produced Radamel Falcao. I spoke about this a couple videos ago. That's a proven goal scorer. But not to mention that, when moving like Gyokeres has spent all his time in the Portuguese league, he's only been there 2 seasons. He was in the Championship scoring goals for fun. Can I remind you of Ollie Watkins, who did his thing in the Championship and did his thing in the Premier League? Can I remind you of Ivan Toney, who did his thing in the Championship and did his thing in the Premier League? Can I remind you of Mbeumo, who's just gone for 71 million? More money than Gyokeres, who's just gone to United. 20 goals in the league last season. Like, bruv, like there's plenty of evidence to suggest that this guy is gonna bang at Arsenal. And not to mention, and very lastly, this is for me the nail in the coffin. So I'm a big believer in the principle that you should only listen to people who have an example in something. Meaning, if a fat person is trying to tell me how to work out and diet, but they don't have the example in their health and fitness, but then I've got a PT who's in great shape telling me to work out a different way. Who am I going to listen to? The person out of shape or the PT? I'm going to listen to the PT. Now, there's a guy called Alan Shearer. He's only the record goal scorer in the Premier League. Now, Shearer has looked at Arsenal. I'm not saying he's God or he knows all. But Alan Shearer, who is a striker, who's been saying Arsenal need a striker, even when he was speaking about Gyokeres, was saying he finds it crazy that Newcastle aren't moving for him and that he has no doubt Gyokeres will score goals. So who am I going to listen to? Am I going to listen to guys who just sit and look at data? I'm not looking down on data. We need data, right? Some of the critiques are probably fair. He's going to need to work on stuff in his game. But the point I'm making is, am I going to listen to these guys who aren't strikers, who don't play the game, or am I going to listen to Alan Shearer? I think I'm going to listen to Alan Shearer. Guys, these are the reasons why Gyokeres is going to be a hit at Arsenal. He's going to prove people wrong. Don't listen to all of these weird tacticos. This is going to be a good signing. I can't wait. I cannot wait, man. I can't wait for this. He's going to bang. Yes, welcome to the Arsenal, Viktor Gyökeres. Bro, welcome. Now let's just get Eze. Let's get that creative midfielder done. I'm gonna put out another video about my thoughts of Javi Simmons and Eze, but I want to just quickly touch on this Gyökeres news because I see it's breaking news. Anyways, guys, take care. Much love.